Hello, dear ones. It's Hannah. My lamp burned out the other day, so uh, here's my lighting for tonight. Um, I had a really amazing lucid dream meditation yesterday morning that I wanted to share with you. So I just thought I would pop on quickly and record it for you so that you have it to contemplate. I find oftentimes higher information comes through in the form of metaphor, and this was very much one of those times. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm sending lots of love to each of you. All right, take care. I stood in the center of what looked like a tornado of swirling dark gray, black, wind-like energy with detritus in it. I was in the eye of the storm, and I saw myself from the back. I looked male and like a wizard, but I was in golden brown burlap robes with a rope around my waist as a belt and brown wispy hair down the middle of my back. And my hands were up in front of me and to the sides, as if I had summoned this energy. It was intense, and it made me a little nervous. And I realized that if I summoned it, I could perhaps quell it too. So I lowered my hands, and the whirling dark energy died down and seemed to disappear. But I could feel it still. It was as though it was just hiding, and it still felt tense to me, really tense. So I realized that I was there to take the reins, so to speak, and forge through the storm, or this energy would remain. And even though it felt scary, I decided to do it and see what would happen. So I raised my hands again, and the energy returned. It was uncomfortable. It felt huge, overwhelming, and so dark. And it was all I could see and feel, this whirling, dark blackness like a tornado all around me, up in a tunnel, high, high above, all the way down to the ground. But I stood there in my truth and strength, with my light unwavering, and after not that long, it started to break up and get lighter and lighter gray. So soon I could start to see through it hazily, and in not that much more time, it looked kind of clear, still whirling like a dust devil. And then in just a little bit more time, it was completely gone. And what was left was the most brilliant, beautiful, crystalline, sparkling landscape. I was in awe of how beautiful and shimmery everything was. It reminded me of millions of tiny prisms everywhere, and felt completely clean and pure and incredibly high vibrational. It was like pure love and excitement, and felt like such a gift. So the message that came through was that the storm, the chaos, was its own dismantling and was ultimately a healing and clearing process. And I was so amazed at this. It just needed to have its time and its voice, and not to be denied. And then its energy was able to just dissipate and transmute, and it cleaned the gunk, so to speak, from the landscape too. So it was its own healing, in juxtaposition to what it was like when I quelled it earlier in the meditation, and the energy was still there under the surface, even though it looked calm. It could be felt and was unresolved and incredibly tense and uncomfortable. And I could tell that it was going to stay that way and eventually need to boil back up to the surface again in an attempt to be released and healed, which is why I decided to just see what would happen if I went through and brought it back up and just saw where it went. So I knew that this was a metaphor for this time that we're in right now. And I suspect we're about to see this time grow bigger, perhaps. A metaphor about holding the light, being willing to show up despite the discomfort, and to trust that the bigness needs its time to howl. And ultimately, it will be so deeply healing and cleansing in the process. So I've been thinking about this since I had this vision, and I've been reminded of the idea of threading the needle with kids and tantrums, where you have to go through the tunnel from one side to the other, and while you're in the tunnel or in the inside of the needle hole, you don't know what lies on the other side, and you're just trusting. So there's that time of uncertainty where everything is uncomfortable and big and hard and feels like it's never going to end. But once you get through to the other side, you see that you're okay, it affirms that you can do it. And so you can get through it and get through the upset and be okay. And the more we do it, as we grow, the more we realize the process and trust in it, and the tantrums get shorter and less pronounced. So collectively, perhaps we're threading the eye of the needle right now, or we're about to. So I hope that this helps, and I am sending you all big hugs as you navigate whatever your part of this story you are in. So I'm sending so much love to each of you wherever you are, and please take good care of yourselves, and we will all find each other on the other side. All right, take care. Bye.